You wake up in the middle of the night, groggy and confused when something in the silence feels off. The air is thick, heavier than usual, and then you notice it. The walls of your room shift ever so slightly, expanding outward as if inhaling, then pulling back in a slow, deliberate exhale. At first, you'd rub your eyes and convince yourself it was a dream. But what if it kept happening? The familiar, solid walls you've trusted all your life suddenly behaving like living skin, rising and falling in rhythmic pulses, like your entire house was quietly breathing. Imagine the panic the first time people realized it wasn't just them. Millions of homes across the world quivering in unison, a subtle, eerie heartbeat echoing through every neighborhood. Scientists would rush to explain it, suggesting geological shifts or air pressure, maybe even vibrations from deep underground, but nothing could fully rationalize why drywall, bricks, and wood would suddenly act like muscle and lung. Soon the questions would turn darker. If the walls are alive, does that mean the house itself is alive? And if it's alive, what does it want? Families would gather in their living rooms, watching as wallpaper ripples like skin underwater, as ceilings rise and fall, dust sprinkling down with each heavy breath. Some would claim they could hear faint murmurs if they pressed their ears against the plaster, whispers humming beneath the surface like a second heartbeat. Others might swear that the breathing synced with their own, as if the house was trying to match its rhythm to the humans inside. Fear would ripple across communities. Real estate markets would collapse overnight, construction companies frozen in panic because how could anyone build, or sell, something that might wake up at any moment? Religious groups would call it a sign, a living reminder that our shelters were never truly ours. Conspiracy theorists would spin wild claims that houses had always been alive, that humanity had simply never noticed, or worse, that we were nothing more than tenants inside vast, slumbering organisms. On a personal level, the effect would be suffocating. Imagine brushing your teeth while the bathroom walls contract around you, the mirror rattling as though the house is holding its breath. Imagine lying in bed and feeling the faint vibration of inhalation beneath your headboard, like you're resting on a giant chest that may at any moment awaken fully. Some would flee, refusing to step foot indoors again, while others would grow strangely attached, treating their homes like pets, whispering to them, even thanking them for sheltering them in their strange living embrace. But then comes the most chilling possibility. What if the houses weren't just breathing but changing? What if the pulse was a sign of growth, veins threading through foundations, new structures forming like bones knitting themselves? Streets lined with buildings that subtly shift in the night, reshaping, reorganizing, as if cities themselves are evolving into something we can no longer control. And one night, as the world holds its breath, someone will notice that the walls aren't just inhaling and exhaling anymore. They're tightening, squeezing, as though the house has finally decided it's tired of being a home, and is ready to swallow what's inside.